Sorry, just going to admit everyone real quick. Let everyone get settled in.
Okay.
If everyone can, just mute your line, and then we'll get started. Just raise your digital hand and call on you for questions.
No questions?
We'll start things off with Kevin.
Coach, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, Kev?
Nothing. So, obviously a very different year, but in terms of what you envision for, practice plans and just day-to-day stuff, did it look pretty much how you envisioned when you took the job?
Yeah. There's certain things that we've had to do differently because of COVID. There's obviously protocols and spacing, and the meetings, Kev, were honestly the hardest thing. I mean, just not to be able for me to get in front of the team every single day in our meeting room and kind of, have that close meeting rather than we basically come in to fish and we're spread out. That's probably the hardest thing for me, just not being able to be in front of the team as much as I would have wanted to, whether it's showing videos or motivational or just having fun with the guys. So I'm looking forward to when we get to point to do that. But practice looks like we would have drawn it up, and everything's really been exactly what I would have thought it would have been. So there's no excuses or really nothing different there. I love our process. I love the weeks that we put together, really Tuesday through Friday. I like it a lot. It's something I think we'll stick with. I'll look back probably after the season and probably change things and maybe get better, just like you would always do. But I like the way the weeks have looked.
We'll go next to Rich.
Unmute. There we go. Hey, Coach. They're last in the league in pass defense, and they don't give create a lot of sacks. Is that something you noticed on film and something you can attack?
I'm not sure. I think sometimes right now, Rich, here's the problem that I have. A lot of these stats are passing yards per game, and some teams have played a lot more games too than others, and some playing against the ACC, there's a lot of teams that can throw the ball. And, I'm sure if you ask Coach Signetti that question, he probably has a better answer for you, but I haven't noticed anything that jumps off and says, wow, we got to throw the ball against these guys. When I've watched their defense, especially in crossover tape, I see a really well-coached team, a very disciplined, and they play very hard. And I have a lot of respect for the way they coach and play. I just don't see it. And, they've had to play Clemson too, and a lot of good teams that throw the ball, but nothing major there.
Any other questions, guys?
Oh my God.
All right, here we go. We'll go next to Trevor.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Good. What's up, Trevor?
Not too much. Just curious if you could just speak to your evolution as a coach so far this year, just how you think you've grown from week one till now, and just what specific areas you've gotten better in overall.
That's a tough one. I think there's so many areas that I've had to get better at and still need to get better at. Just my own organization, being very involved with the defense to trying to be more involved with the offense, just being around probably a little bit more. There's some game day things that I'll look back on and say I need to do a better job here and there. And each week, though, I look hard at myself, what mistakes I made, and I ask other guys on the staff, if you see anything, please tell me. But I definitely will get better and need to get better. I think that's a good question. We'll probably hit at the end of the year when I have time to think about it, because I'm so wrapped up in this game right now, Trev. But it's a good question. There's probably too big of a list of things I need to work on just to name a couple right now. So at the end of the year, I'll sit back and reflect on that and look at it hard, and we can talk about it.
We'll go back to Rich.
Coach, was Phil able to be a full participant in practice today?
Yeah, Phil looks good.
Okay.
I feel confident as long as he continues to progress that he'll play, barring he doesn't have any setbacks. So, like I said, I'm still hopeful. Did Julian not come today?
He's in Virginia.
There he is. First to Rich, then Julian.
No, just back to Phil a little bit. He really spreads the ball out to wide receiver. It seemed at the start of the season it was Zay and Hunter, and now it seems like they're getting probably more attention and the other guys are stepping up. Just comment on that.
Yes. Here's what I'll tell you about that. The way we coach the quarterback, he goes through a progression. And yeah, there's certain plays, Rich, where there might be a design play for Zay or designed, say you get an option route to Hunter, right? And then he's going to look there. But everything else, the way Coach Ignetti teaches is, he's got reads based on what the coverage is, where should he go first, second, third, and it doesn't matter. He goes through his progression and he makes the throw no matter who it is. That's how we're going to play football. And when you have confidence in guys now like Jelani and CJ, and even some of the tight ends, you see some of the catches we made last week in that game. I think he's going through his progression. He's confident and he throws it to him. So it's a testament to Coach Ignetti and our offensive staff for, their coaching, the fundamentals and techniques, and their teaching. It's awesome.
We'll go next to Julian.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
How are you? I was just curious. This may be a question you can or can't answer, but I was if you're a player like Max, right, and you decided to come back, you have an opportunity to kind of raise your draft stock a little bit and so on and so forth. How weird of a year is this if you're trying to do that in this kind of year, you know what I mean, and put more on tape and give scouts and give guys a better look at yourself? Yeah,
no, that's a really good question. And I think you're going to see that's going to come up a lot. And let's not use Max for an example. Let's just take any senior who has no eligibility left. Say the kid was projected to be a free agent and he knew if he came back and developed, because the other thing you got to think about, Julian, is these seniors didn't have an off season to train and work out in their weight rooms, right? So everything these seniors are doing and how well some of them are playing, think about how much better they could have been if they had the whole offseason here working out. They actually had a spring ball. They actually had a training camp. They actually had a summer where they trained and lifted and came into the season in the best shape of their lives. Our guys didn't come in the best shape of their lives. Our guys came in, and around the country, guys came in from quarantine in their house and doing workouts in their garage or in their driveway or in the backyard. So if I'm a senior right now and in this crazy year and it really doesn't count, right? It's like it never existed for their eligibility and I can raise my draft status. That's a home run. Are you kidding me? Like if I'm projected to be a 3rd round pick and I know with really a good year of development, I can be a 1st round pick or a 2nd round pick. That's like gold. A 5th round pick going to a 3rd or 2nd round pick. Those rounds are huge. A kid who might be a free agent jumping into the 6th or the 5th. I think it's a home run. So we'll have those conversations and see what we can do. But I think there's a lot of guys who need to look hard at that.
Go back to Rich.
Hey, just to follow on that, I talked to Ben Petrula about this earlier, but the fact is Ben's playing 11 games, and a lot of the guys that he'll be in the draft against are playing 4, 5, 6, like you said. So just talk about that exposure that your players have had as opposed to guys from maybe the Pac-12 or the Big Ten.
Yeah, there's no doubt on that. And then the other thing, Rich, is, and I keep saying this, we're so fortunate because we're getting to play football. Like the only way you get better is if you play. So for a guy to go out and make mistakes and learn from them and make mistakes and learn from them and have success and learn from it and continue to play and get better and better and see things and react quicker and get coached really well. The more games you play, the better you are. So for a guy to go through 11 games, like, God willing, we're about to, it's a great opportunity versus, it's unfortunate with some of these guys only getting to play 3 and 4 games. You just don't grow as much. So we've been very, very, very fortunate on that end.
Jeff, that looks like it's all our questions for today. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. I'll see you Saturday. Have a great day. Hunter?